G'day, g'day, TK421 here, playing some Minecraft. I'm playing the AT launcher version of Chaosville, the one they fairly recently made available to the public, which is a modified version of Resident Rise. I travelled quite a way from my initial spawn point, which I believe is over in that direction. It's been a while. Done a fair bit of mining, made myself a bit of a home. And I've done a bit of mining down this way. A hole in the ground down there I've gone down to, and I've also collected myself a fair bit of beasties to farm and propagate and what have you. I thought that was, fairly standard opening procedure, so to speak. Didn't need to be shown on camera. And down behind those trees I've got some reeds growing and some wheat. And with this mod pack I intend to do a fair bit of Ars Magicka, some little bit of witchery, little bit of blood magic, and probably some thermalcraft as well. Stay to the sort of mystical sciences, if you will. I've left this door mud because I want to put in a carpenter's door, a double door. I don't really have much in here. Like I said, I've just sort of got here, mined a whole bunch of cobble. There's lots of different coloured cobble, but once you mine it, you can break it down to normal cobblestone, then fire it, make it into stone, and then make your stone bricks. So if you look in the chest, see blue schist, siltstone, limestone, what have I been using mainly? Blue schist, cobblestone. If you have 9 of those in a crafting bench, you can make normal cobble eventually. So there's a fair bit there. Need to organise it a bit better, because I will once I get going. It's going to be my Ars Magicka chest, which I'm going to start with. I guess it's going to be my opening sort of mod to explore. So, to get started in Ars Magicka, you need to get yourself a book and an item frame, and you need to find a pool of neutral essence. Now these are 2x2 squares in the world. You notice we've got Wyler, so what am I looking at? And so we're looking at grass, leaves, flower, etc. Chooks. There's an option to turn on the water or liquid. I don't recommend it. I tried it for a while, and I found that if I was looking at like this water, it would tell me it was water. It wouldn't tell me what was underneath, which made things a bit upsetting. Well, not upsetting, but hard to know if you're after clay or what have you underwater. It just tell you that you were looking at water, which is a problem. I also have changed the language setting to Australian, so most trees are eucalyptus trees. Furnaces are now called barbies. Interesting stuff like that. So if you see name of something doesn't seem familiar, that's the reason why. So this is a pool of liquid essence or neutral essence, 2x2. To get started with Ars Magicka, put a block up next to it, like I've done. I'm going to be coming back here. And on that, put a book, and let's watch the graphics unfold. Soaks in magic from a roundabout. be a bit of a bright flash, and then we'll have our book that will teach us or get us on our way with Ars Magicka. There we go. So now we break the item book lock, and we've unlocked the secrets of the arcane. Now this will tell you by right clicking on it, you know, about Ars Magicka. It's a fairly interesting read. How to use a compendium again, interesting stuff. If you're something new to it, I've had a bit of a look through. I don't claim to be an expert by any stretch of the imagination. The command AM user interface config, very useful if you want to change the stock standard config. Normally your XP just comes up as that bar and a 1, and your mana and your burnout just come up with the bars without the numerical values attached. I decided to turn those on because I wanted to know if I was getting burnout or running out of mana. Sometimes the bars are hard to see. What else has this book got? I've gone through that. I need to make this an Oculus and an inscription table. So I know what the materials roughly are, and again I managed to find a fair few of them while I was digging for my initial resources. I could be wrong here, but I found that Vintium ore, mainly around the 16, 13 level, same as diamonds and what have you else. And the blue topaz is the same. Sorry, Vintium's around about 30. And Chimarite or Camarite, I found spread fairly evenly, maybe higher concentration down lower, but hard to tell. These plants that naturally occur in the world, AM and blue orchid. So if we look at blocks, we need to make an Oculus, which is stone bricks, glass, stone bricks, coal and blue topaz. So 1 blue topaz, two coal, 3 stone bricks, and some glass, which I don't seem to have, so I'll just quickly cook up some sand. Two there. I've also recently upgraded my crafting table to a Tinker's Construct crafting station. It's just one of those funky tables that allows you to sort of go out of it, walk away from the table, and everything stays there instead of dropping it. You know, when you forget that all important ingredient. Or you make a mistake like that. So 1 bit of glass, we should get our Oculus. Now, Oculus is basically your leveling guide. I'm going to move this all around once I've sorted out what's going to go where. And when you first get your first level in Ars Magicka, you start with 3 blue points. So if we look up top right, it's 3 in blue. And you get a chance to pick 3 skills, I guess. And every second level after that, you'll gain another level, another skill point. And be careful when you're choosing what to pick, because it's a one-time only kind of a thing. So for my first spell, I'm going to go to offense. I'm going to pick projectile. And your spells have shapes, which is projectile, self, or touch. And they have these diamond or octagonal components to them. So projectile means, you know, you're going to fire a ball or a moving thing at someone. Defensive, you're going to cast it on yourself. Touch, you're going to touch an object within melee range. Then if you also going to get touch. So I've got projectile, I'm going to take touch, and then I'm going to take dig. So I could theoretically, when I get the right things going, create a spell where I touch a block and I dig it, or I create a projectile that will dig whatever it hits. If I had self, I could dig myself, but you'll notice regeneration there. It's a blue skill, so cast it on yourself and you get a regeneration buff. Now without the octagonal components, you don't have a spell. There's, where are we here? The diamond ones are like modifiers. So you could have a projectile that will dig, but it will also bounce. So it will hit one block, dig it, bounce, and maybe dig another. I'm not entirely sure on the mechanics on that, but that's sort of how that goes. So I've spent my 3 points. I have projectile, touch, and dig, which is lovely. Now, to start making a spell, I need to make an inscription table. So we go back. Now we get inscription table. It's torch, spell parchment, feather, slabs, and wood. So I need some paper. Gonna need to have quite a bit of paper actually. Oh. Feather, leather, and ink. I believe I need ink. We'll see how we go. Sticks. Where do I put my wood? There's some wood. Have a quick look again. Torch, I've already got in my inventory. Spell parchment. If I click on that, it's made from a sticks, paper, stick. Which is very simple. Feather I've got. Slabs, wood, wood. So, we go paper first. Get 3 of them. Turn these into planks. Need 2 sticks. So if I go stick, stick. Paper there, get the spell parchment. Go wood across here, get 6 slabs. I need 3 slabs across there, one there. The woods, that formal craft table, that will come in useful later. And a torch. I now have my inscription table. Also automatically updates my compendium, so now that I've made it, it now opens up a whole lot of more recipes or items. Everything with the crescent moon is something that you haven't looked at before. Again, I've looked at a fair bit of this, so I know it's, at least in the beginning, sort of what I'm doing. But as I go on, I will be failing far behind. Now, I have found that the inscription table seems to want to always go sort of in that direction. It's very hard to put it that way, but I could be just doing something wrong. To use the inscription table, I need a book, and then you drag down your component, so projectile, and say dig. If I had a book in there with a quill, what have you, I could then name my spell, and it would tell me what I needed to actually create that spell. Before I do that though, I need to find some ink. I've been having a hard time trying to find squids on my journeys here. I've only managed to find sort of one small patch of them, and then when I went back, I couldn't find, despawned, and I haven't found any others. I also will need to make a crafting altar, which is a multi-block structure. So I'm going to be making mine out of witchwood, because witchwood, if I turn this page, gives me, I can have up to another 3 effects, and I'm going to make all of the cornerstones in redstone blocks, which is another 3 effects for when I get higher up. I already have the redstone from my mining, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it here. I'll see you next time, and while I'm off camera, I'm going to try and find some ink to make some books. So, I've been TK421, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.